Hello everyone, and welcome to this Saturday morning production show, episode number 8, recorded on July 25th, 2023. My name is Chris, and I'm your host. And today we are going to be continuing our, I'm not sure what part this is, part 5 or 6 of the video series where we work on a standard Ruby linter bug. And the actual bug we are fixing. You can find more about these in previous shows, but the one we're fixing is this bug right here, number 565. We're generating the ToDo file. Basically, when you run the linter, it'll create a ToDo file, and then if you run it again with an existing ToDo file, it ignores all the things. When it creates the new ToDo file, it ignores any of the kind of issues it found and put in the previous ToDo file. So you can read about that here, and you can see some of the, if you go back to the old videos, you can learn more about that. And we're continuing on from our last video where we tried to add a system test. So the one, for those that don't, a little bit of catch up, I guess, for those that haven't watched before, is the previous. We basically added this as the test here, or sorry, not the test. This is the fix we did. So if there's if you're generating a ToDo file, don't load the existing ToDo file. Ignores, like basically when you're linting, you don't want to ignore those ones. We want all those errors to occur, and so we can add it to the new ToDo file. So if there's an existing ToDo file, don't load. If we're generating a ToDo file, don't load the previous ToDo file. That's the fix. So we wrote a unit test for that in a previous video, and that's all great, but I wanted to add some system tests to it to basically test this at a higher level. In the last video, we tried that, adding it in here into the CLI test class, because it looked like a good spot. There was some, it looked like a pretty high level place to add tests. Well, one of the problems we encountered is actually one of my own making, was that we couldn't, when we tried to run this test, I guess we can uncomment this and see it in action. When we ran this test, it would error out trying to actually run, trying to run the code. Just get that, remove that require relative. So let's just bring that up and let's just run it. Where is this? Test standard CLI test. Test standard CLI test.rb. Alright, so we'll just run this. We can watch this fail. You can see more details in the previous video, but we tried a couple times to debug this, and the problem is when we actually go to when we run the test, we want to create a new ToDo file, and the ToDo file that gets created is it's called dot. The default one is standard ToDo.yaml. So that's the file that gets generated and gets put in the root folder. The problem is I'm the one who actually added the standard ToDo file, and I hard coded it, which is coming back to bite me. So you can see that the hard coding of that file if you go look in the lib, standard, runners, genignore. Let's put this over here. I like to have my tests on the right and the other code on the left. So if we look in here, you're going to see, there we go, right there. It's hard coded right in there, the path of that file. So we're trying to run these tests. We don't want to create the ToDo file in the root of our code. We want it like some temp folder or something like that. But this just does not, couldn't get this to actually work. The exit code it returns is not 0, it's 1. And then when we did some debugging into it, it seems like trying to run the CLI class, if you're not in the CLI object, if you're not in the root folder, it'll fail for some reason. And I wasn't able to figure out why. But towards the end of the other video, I did notice, let's just comment that out, that the standard RB tests this file here, which I didn't think had much in it, but when I poked around it, it was also running tests at a very high level. Again, these are I keep using the term system test or integration test kind of interchangeably, but I guess it's more like a system test where we want to run some tests as if we're the user just using the command line to duplicate the bug and make sure it's fixed. And so this one looks like it'll do it, and it does some magic, which I don't fully understand down here. This run standard. I'm not sure what Open3 is. It must be some way to capture the output, but it looks like they have a way to run standard in a temporary directory. Right? So yeah, they're running standard in this temporary, this test fixture. Let's go take a look at that. Test fixture plugins project, yeah. So they're running it in here. Whoever set these tests up. So I think we're going to try it, and we'll try and write a system test in here and see if that fixes our problem, or if we can write one in here for generating to do. That would be amazing if that works. So hopefully it does. Hopefully this isn't. I guess for those of you that watching these videos are, at least this one is a live coding video. The last couple have been as well. And so yeah, last video well, half of it was kind of refactoring some existing work, which was fine, but the second half was me floundering around, running into problems, trying to create this test. So hopefully this one will be a little more successful, but I guess be warned. Yeah, you might get to watch me fail. So I don't know, maybe that'll make the video more popular. Chris fails again. So, oh, and I guess I should point out too, if you have any suggestions or feedback, please let me know. You can put them in the comments below, which I'm kind of experimenting with, kind of monitoring those and see what if people leave anything and what they think. Otherwise, you could send me an email at ask@SaturdayMP.com. So that's ask@Saturday, SaturdayMP.com. And I'd love to get some feedback. So feel free to ask a question and I can answer it in a future video, or just feedback, or maybe we could pair a program for a video together. I can help you, or maybe you can answer a question that I have. That would be great. All right, let's get back to this video here, or the problem we're trying to solve. So let's try this. So, well, let's just all right, so yeah, okay, we created this. I think that was me. Let's see, last time. Yeah, we could probably get rid of that. Yeah, okay. So it looks like, it looks like I tried this. Oh, I don't know if I tried this in the video or not. Maybe I was experimenting with things after I tried it. Okay, I guess I usually don't do that. I try to make these videos as live as possible, but I guess. Yeah, okay. I think I remember I was so frustrated last time. I just kept plugging away at it after I stopped the video. Okay, so it looks like, I think this will work. So if we go, looks like we ran this once. So where's it going? Test fixture project A. Test fixture project A. Oh yeah, okay. It looks like it created a standard to do.yaml. But I think what I'd much rather would do is put, because I don't want to leave this standard to do. I want to clean everything up. So I think I want to put it into a temp folder if I can. So will this create, if I call this run standard, does this create a folder? Okay, no, it just remembers where we currently are. It changes the directories, it runs this, and then it changes back. Oh, maybe we can refactor this if everything works to that, to using this Linter changed her block. Okay, let's just put a note there. So maybe we'll try that later. But let's just try creating. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, now let's try creating a temporary folder and then run this. Insert same. Okay, wait. Okay. So what do we want to do? We want to make. So what do we? Maybe we could just borrow stuff from here just to see if this works. Let's not call it CLI test. Let's call it exe test. Sure. And then temp exe test. Right. So, I wonder if this will fail because there's nothing in there. Oh, let's find out. We don't want to run the CLI test. We want to run test standard RB test.rb. Oh, oh, I got a typo somewhere here. Standard RB. Is that not correct? Oh, okay, there we go. I wonder if this one, this test will fail, if it'll just pass. Like, it should just pass, because we're not really comparing anything, so unless there's an error running it. Okay, well, that's a good sign. So now if we go look in temp. Oh, no, we got something. 12 assertion. Oh, coverage report. Oh, right. So if running just rake will also run the standard Ruby, the linter at the end there. So, so what was I looking? Temp exe test. Oh, okay. Put an empty one in there, right? Because there's nothing in there. All right, that's great. Okay, so that looks like it works. Okay, so that solves our problem. And then, yeah, we could copy one of these existing projects. Or just dump our own file in there or something. Where does all these ones work? So these all work with project. This one. Oh, they all work with project A, it looks like. I probably don't want that. I probably just want to create my own file and copy it in there. Now, if I use an existing one, is that bad? Don't think so. Let's commit. I probably should create my own. Bad cop. That's an awesome name. It's like when I do this, yeah, I probably should copy my own. So it's not really because if I don't okay, so the reason I'm hesitating, if I don't create my own test file, like someone else could go in and change it and then I'll accidentally break my test as well as theirs. So let's create my own. Oh, actually, let's do two things. Let's do puts. I'm curious what this looks like and what this looks like. So let's just run that real quick. Okay, and then let's create our own. So, okay, so we could check our status. Refute. So yeah, what is refute? Oh, okay, that's like it wasn't successful. Right, I looked that up. So instead of assert, you can have refute. In our case, we definitely want to assert that it was successful. Okay, so I might as well start putting that in here now. Assert status dot success. Okay, so that we can check. And the standard out. No, it looks, oh, standard out looks like it was empty. Okay. So in our case, again, we would want assert std out empty. Must be empty. No. Let's see if that. All right, let's make sure that passes. Okay, so where should I put? So we have fixtures, we have the project. Oh, we do have a generate ignore in here. But again, these are used for the unit tests, I think. So should I grab one of these? Would it cause issues? At least they're kind of related. Seems like such a shame to create a new... Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's see where those are used. Yeah, so it's used in the unit tests that's testing the actual runner. That it created a standard to do YAML. Yeah, so we're expecting this and this to look the same. Runner. Plugins. I'm not sure what that is. I guess for now, what's the odds of these changing? It should be pretty obvious that something broke. So if we just copy one of these files, because we do want like one error to appear. No, okay, well, let's put it in our own folder, but we can copy one of these files. Okay, so fixture. Wait, how does this? Okay, let's find that file that we used it in. All right, put you over here. Don't call it temp. What do I mean I want to call it temp, I wonder? Huh, it's interesting. Don't call it temp. And then we copied all the files to there. See, this works, but we're not calling the CLI. We're calling this builds config with this config file. Maybe because it's missing a config file. I don't know why that CLI doesn't work. Anyway, a cert file exists, and then we make sure that one was created and that it looks like this. Right, because we'll get a useless assignment, and we'll get assignment in condition. Don't call it temp. So I think I created this test, but it looks like I'm assuming that there must have been some formatting or changed something. What happened here? Attempt to fix this test to load a real configuration since it just broke again. Oh. Yeah, well, whatever my test was there before. I guess my tests were pretty brittle. Yeah. Maybe? Can I see? Okay, so originally it was getting dumped into test, but maybe the test folder wasn't getting cleaned up properly. For it, like there was some, it was bleeding over a little bit. Oh yeah, why isn't this frozen string literals appearing? That's interesting. Because are we copying everything? Oh, maybe this test. Style documentation. No errors. Okay, well, anyway, looks like there were some problems with using the temp folder. Don't call it temp. And then we created a config file, but that looks like that got factored, so that's awesome. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. All right, so I wonder if I shouldn't use temp anymore. Now I'm worried. I don't know where else you dump it if you didn't put it in the temp folder. Okay, so we create that, everything seems to work, but I need some files in there. So let's just copy an existing one and make sure we could do what we want to do. Oh yeah, okay, sure. And so empty, but if we look in this folder after, all right, where's my terminal? Let's go back here. So if I oops. All right, let's set this dude's thing. They'll passed. But this should be should not be empty. Because this should have a bug? Oh yeah, look, this should have lots of should have lots of errors. Oh, does it ignore tests because this guy? Oh, look at that. It's going to ignore all those, everything in temp. Okay. So we can't dump things in temp. Interesting. Okay. Is it just temp at the root? Can we dump it in like test temp? What was I looking for again? The standard.yaml. Right. Oh, okay. That's probably. Oh, that's why I had to change the. Oh, okay. This is making more sense now. So right now, there's builds config. He's calling, or this is calling the config. Oh, the base YAML. Config. Does that ignore temp? Let's see. Huh, it doesn't ignore. Yeah, maybe that's why if you called a temp, it was getting ignored. Does it inherit this base YAML? So that's the config. But in this case, these ones are all these tests. Like they're just running standard. So it's going to use this standard.yaml. Okay, I think that's what's going on. So can we set the project arguments args? Okay, so we could change the config file if we wanted to. Only temp, probably. Let's generate to do. Not fix. It's config. All right, let's see if that. Let's test the theory. Oh, Oh, I shouldn't have a comma there. There we go. I think this is what I want instead. Now let's see. Ah, okay, great. Now this has a ton of things that get ignored. Okay, great. So yeah, the problem was it was using this standard .yaml at the root config, but we overrode that and told it to use the base one. So we could basically use whatever one we wanted. How does this run? Join the current directory with this, and then any arguments. Okay, so we got some stuff there. Okay, so let's create our own test file so that we don't break other tests and cause people grief. So, fixture. So these ones all use the other use a project. Oh, this one does use a fixture, quoted symbols. Extended config project. Plugins project. So bananas say yeah, this looks like a full-on, it's almost like they're trying to, oh right, okay, tell it to testing some of the config settings in there. Quoted symbols. So should I do have this generate ignore. But that is for the unit test. So do I want to reuse these? Because it's nice because there's not a lot going on, so it'd be easy to compare the files. Like I really just need one file with an error. Do I just reuse this? Oh, I'm sure people are one way or another are yelling at their screen right now while I try to decide. This is, yeah. So I'd want a fixture. How would we like, we almost want like these fixtures. Starting to get like not so organized so great. Like I wonder if I shouldn't move like project. Does anything else use project A? Let's see. Right, no, it's all in the, okay, that's good. What about project A, quoted symbols? Does this get used anywhere else? No. Both in RB test. So I could, oh, extended config. Right, it's just used in one place too. So I could refactor those those fixtures and put them in like a we could do this new directory. So I guess we got two options. We could call it like standard RB test fix, like that, and then have sub folders in there. Or what do we want to call them? System. Let's try standard RB. Right, that's the name of this test fix. Yeah. We can always rename that if we want, if we don't like it. Alright, so standard RB. And then we can move all these other ones in here. But so if we were to do that, we would want to do that as a separate commit before we did this guy. So I'm pretty sure, pretty happy that this works. Okay, so let's just put you, oops, not insert, into, just save that work. Alright, so we have that copied into here. Okay, good. Now, if I look, oops. I've really got to figure out how to use this built-in. We're not around this. This is the like I wish this would show how to, like, I think there's a commit thing. Let's see. Well, yeah. All right, back to Get Kraken, the one I understand. Okay, so here. Oh, okay, we don't want that. Well, let's try to. Okay, so we're going to refactor. Actually, okay, at first, let's. Oh, it's so tough. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going to add my test first to make sure it works. So let's put that test back in there. There we go. And then if this works, then we'll refactor it all. So we'll just put our test in here, standard RB. We'll set it up like the new format. There's no point in refactoring all those tests if we find out for some reason my new test doesn't work. Generate ToDo. And I think let's just call it generate ToDo. So we got it in there, and then we just need one file with an error, so we could pick any old file. Like this one. Sure. No. I'll add it to Git when I feel like it. Okay, so this has two useless assignments. So now when I temp exe test, yeah, because I don't want to do it inside the generate ToDo. Temp folder is a good dumping ground. The other option is I just dump it, like we create a temp folder inside of test. That's something else you just have to remember to ignore in case your test fails. Okay, so let's just put it in here. Let's have this config set up like this. That's fine. But I don't want to copy this. I want to copy so this can be empty, and then I want to have like dot standard to do expected dot YAML. There we go. And then, all right, so I just want to copy. I want to copy test fixture standard RB generate to do bad errors. Let's just rename this. Name. Oh, we don't need to do that. Unused. Is that what it is? Unused assignment. Whoops. Oh, useless assignment. Okay, let's call it that. So use RB. We don't want its subject, but we just keep the same name. Okay, so that's fine. Standard RB generate to do test. Okay. And then this needs to change here. So we want to test it just generated to do once, and then we'll test it with an existing one, and then we can. Right, so let's make sure that file exists, sure. And then I want to compare it. How do I compare two files in Ruby? Let's see if ChatGPT can answer that question. How do I compare the file contents? How do I compare the contents of two files in Oh, network error. Oh, well, I was having internet problems before. Let's earlier this morning. Hopefully they've gone away. So they're small files, so I could do this. Just read. Yeah, okay. Defeat. No, I don't need anything fancy like that. I think this would work because they're just small files. So, all right, that looks pretty reasonable. And then we can assert file.read. No, not quite what I want. I want test fixture. Fixtures, no fixture. Standard RB generate. So yeah, sometimes GitHub Copilot can be a little kind of too much. Like I kind of wish, like you're so close, GitHub Copilot. Could you not read the file system? I guess maybe you can't. And then, oh, see, and then it just freaked out on me there. How, is it assert equal? Equal, okay. And then here, is that the right one? Yeah, okay. So then we just check that those two files are the same. All right. Let's see if that works. Oh, no. They are not. Oh, right, because this is empty, I think. Yeah, okay. I got to put some stuff in there. Oh, I want this one. Okay. So if we put this into here. I think it's just 2 and 2, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So I don't need you anymore. All right, try that again. And then if that seems to work, we can comment this out. Well, no, okay. So this is just telling us that the do works in general. Oh, got another error. That's a bummer. Line 25. Expected false to be truthy. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, remove. That's not even getting there. Okay, let's try puts status puts std out. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. There's no output, but it's failing. Oh, what the heck did I do now? It was working before. This is line 28. Yeah, but still, success is false. Oh, I'm copying this to the wrong place. There we go. Oh no, that's right. Put it in there. Why does this get created though? It does get run, but it returns false. Why? Okay, what's it mean? Oh, okay. So now it failed because this is empty. That's fine. Does generate useless assignment temp do I need like a line or something? A slash at the end of that? No. Generate to do config is that. So I copy the file in there and then it does not like it. Why is that? How can I get more information out of that? Is there, let me take a look. Is there a way to get more detailed information? All right, so there is oh, did I just put one file? I'm assuming it would do all the files, but so if I just did the one file, would that solve my problem? Oops. Oops, I don't need this. I do need this guy though. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if GitHub Copilot also interferes with like Ruby mines or anything's kind of built-in completion. It probably does. Oh, no, it still fails. Okay, now I'm curious why. What the heck is going on? So let's go let's do some breakpoint stuff here. Let's go see if we can figure out what's going on. So lib, standard, runners, generate ignore. Alright, so let's put breakpoint here. It gets the exit code from running Rubocop. Okay. Okay, so now let's just, so we don't have a bazillion Docker containers running, let's just do that. And then here, let's debug. It should, hopefully everything's set up correctly that I can debug this. Let's see. Oh, 2.6. Oh, right. Where's my Docker container? I think that'll do it. Are we doing... Oh, shoot, there's another thing I have to... I thought I had this up and running before, though. If I just did debug. Oh. Okay, that's super annoying. Connection. What is my configuration look like for just Ruby? Docker Compose run. This is Docker Compose run. Oh, I don't know why it's using JRuby. What the heck? Why would you do that? Use project SDK. Yeah. Test name. Connection refused. I have an existing. Okay, let's do this. Do this. Oh, mini test is probably spinning up. Right, multiple connections. Okay, so what I probably need to do, yeah, I bet you mini test is spinning up a separate thread is my problem. So, what I need to do is, this is a known issue with the RubyMine debugger. I've usually encountered it when I run a web server like Unicorn or something that has multiple threads, that it won't let you hook into the debugger because actually what it would, it just, the problem is it returns a random port, and that random port is probably going to be blocked by your Docker because Docker only opens certain ports. So when it's returning random ports to use, that's no good. I wonder if that has been, as far as I know, that has not been addressed. Okay, let's see. RubyMine debugger multiple threads Docker ports. Right, so like this is an issue I've encountered. So they don't this Ruby debug IDE is no longer open source. It's like a closed source thing. Right, like you can set this up. This is one thing I did a long time ago. And then you just have one port. Like you always force it to use the same port. Yeah, but I think it's still an issue. What is there? Ruby Mine's issue tracker, view track. Let's just go to track.com. Is that it? Yeah. How do I get to your actual UChack issues? There you go. And then let's do. We don't want everything. Just want Ruby. Oops. Ruby. Docker debug port. There's a lot of these. What's this one? Right, like so this is with Unicorn. My guess is okay. Well, let's just try quick fix because I know I have a fix for this. So if we go file, watch this break all the debugging. So gem debug. I want the so I created this gem here, a fork of the Ruby debug IDE one that should run on later ones. Okay. So, let's try it. Now we need to go here. Let's add the message. So right now it's dbase 3.06 beta and Ruby 3.0 beta 10. Oh, I do have to create a new. Curious if this will solve it. Oh, it's gonna try and install the gems, so. Oh, of course it's not gonna work. Because I needed the beta. What was? Oh, I can't remember what the one I had before. Okay, it was the D-base gem I had before. Was. Oh, it didn't put it in there. If I go look at my gem lock. I didn't have it. I want the D-base gem. The beta one. So it works with Ruby 3. 330 beta 6. Okay. Excuse me. Beta 6. Bundle install. Let's see if that works. Of course not. It's like. Oh, whoops, sorry. 0.3. Is that what it was? No, I'm not sure. No? Yeah, D-base 3. They probably made that closed source too. And that, like, it's really disappointing. That they did that. And then they didn't. I could just try getting rid of this and using the D-base gem that comes with it. Let's see. Alright, so again, we're getting a little off topic here, but I'm curious why this is not working all of a sudden. Okay, so that's all installed. Bundle, clean, source. Just get rid of everything we don't want in there. Now this debugging should work. Still, hopefully. Oh, it's still using this beta one. Just not what I want. I wanted to use the Ruby debug IDE that I forked a long time ago. Ah, okay, there we go. There's 2 of them in there now. It's not one either. I guess we could try it and see what happens. Let's try this. Ah, dang it. It's still. Yeah. No, it's because it doesn't. Well, I guess we could try. Okay, let's just try opening this one port and see if that fixes it. I don't think that's gonna fix it. Okay, come back here, I'll just get rid of you. Oh, app, I mean, not web. And if we go here, oh yeah, like I wonder if it's because I had to remove this and then. App. Yeah, dang it, why wouldn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the exact cause, is it's not opening. Where did my Chrome tab go? Like I'm pretty sure that's the error that I would get before. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, oh sorry, it's the one I looked at before. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Let's try this one more time and see. Do this. I wonder if there's a way to tell Minitest not to run multiple threads. We could try that real quick too. And then I think I've got to wrap this video up. Don't run Minitest on multiple threads. How do I turn off concurrency? Oh, okay, does it paralyze me? Let's see. L Z E. Oh, maybe Rubocop runs multiple threads. Okay, well, that was a bummer. I thought we'd actually get something done today, but why this is failing when we have something in there, I do not know. We can't debug it. So what would we do instead? We could it doesn't even spit out any error messages when I run it, which is really disappointing. test. I wonder. Exit 1. Yeah, like it does everything, it just doesn't have a proper exit code for some reason. What's going on, Rubocop? Right, like that's all good. Why is this? Is it because it's config? No. Yeah, so it dumped everything into the temp file, but then Rubocop freaked out for some reason. Why would you freak out? If option is standard input, do we need to do that here? Oh, because Rubocop did find some errors. Okay, so this, maybe that's by design, because if I look, right, like anytime Rubocop finds errors, it's going to have an exit code of whatever. So this, okay, so this should actually be, yeah. So it's no longer going to be, the standard out should still be empty. Okay. Frick. Well, there we go. So now we can compare those two files. Oh, no, got a failure still. Oh, expected. Oh, they're not quite the same. Why are you not quite the same? This one is different than fixture standard. This one, because why? Oh, is this like a tab or something? Oh, and this is like a space probably, right? Oh no. Oh, am I just not? Okay, let me go. Make sure I'm actually testing the right files. So we want to make sure. Oh, wrong. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, we want to make sure that the file exists. It does. And the test fixture standard is the same as that standard to do, but they're not. Oh, there's a new line there. Oh, okay, so it's not a new line here. Is that what you're complaining about? Alright, try it one more time. And then I have to go. Dang it. Oh, okay, good. That looks better. Well, thanks again. So I think we'll wrap it up here, and then next time video we'll clean this up, and then we'll write the test where we have a to-do file, existing one, and then make sure that the bug actually fixes it. But yeah, thanks again everyone for watching. I hope that was interesting and informative. If it was, let me know. And if it wasn't, also let me know. Send an email to ask@SaturdayMP.com or leave some comments down below. I would really love your feedback. If I can make these videos any more interesting or different or anything. And then if you want to be on a future show, like if you have a question to ask me, we can try and answer it live on the air. Or something like that, or we can pair it together, that would be great. You can give me a shout too, also for those at ask@SaturdayMP.com. I hope you have a great day and happy coding. Take care.